Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Mari. I'm one of the librarians at Portland Public Library in Portland, Maine, and I'm here with another picture book biography for Women's History Month. Today, I'm going to be reading Pirate Queen, a story of Zheng Yi Sao. This is by Helaine Becker and illustrated by Liz Wong. Let's dive right in. Pirate Queen. I've never dreamed of the sea. Never, not in my wildest imaginings, fancied myself a pirate queen. But fortune cares nothing for your dreams. She takes up your life in her cup and shakes it so hard your teeth rattle in your head and your heart roars like a dragon in your chest. She throws the bones into her table of lacquer and jade, and your fate is sealed. So there I sat, combing my hair, unaware that the pirates had landed, or that they tore through the city, smashing windows and kicking dogs, looting and fighting and killing, searching for someone like me. Their captain, Zheng Yi, had set before them this task, to bring him a girl to wed. The pirates stormed our homes. We girls scattered like chickens in the rain. We squawked like chickens too, but there was no chance to escape. They carried us like sacks of rice across their backs. No one answered our cries for helps. At the quay, they lowered us into rowboats, along with other stolen goods. We were not treated with tenderness. That was reserved for the casks of new wine. In the distance, the rigging of the pirate ship sketched strange characters across the face of the Jade Rabbit. The oars splished. The other girls wailed and vomited. I felt neither fear nor sickness, nor any sorrow. In Canton, girls like us were the ink, used and used, until we were all used up. But fortune had shaken my bones and spun the wheel of my fate. I had been given something rare, an opportunity. I was ink, but I could also be the brush. If fortune allowed, I would write my own scroll. I refused to marry Captain Zheng Yi unless he gave me an equal share in his enterprise. The Pirate King laughed at my boldness, but he agreed. Perhaps he'd seen his fate scrawled across the face of the Jade Rabbit. Within 6 years, my new husband was dead. His lieutenant, Zhang Bao, was loyal to him, but better at taking orders than conceiving of them. I didn't give him the chance. Before my husband's body slept under the waves, I took command of the fleet. I issued orders, I established rules, distributed favor, and no one challenged me, not even Zhang Bao. I was now 32 years old, a widow, and the queen of 70,000 men, with more than 1,800 ships at my command. Fortune had lifted me high and flung me headlong into the teeth of the wind. I stood tall astride the bow, the salt spray mingling with my tears. They were tears of pride, and also, I admit, of terror. I thought that I saw my husband's face, smiling up at me from the inky depths, encouraging me. How long before the waves washed my scroll clean as they had done to his? How long could I survive as queen? To win at cards takes more than one queen, so I strengthened my hand by drawing from my decks. I won loyalty of the squadron leaders by offering them seats at my council table. Together, we held all the cards. Fortune smiled upon us, and we won pot after pot. Before long, we owned every wave of South China's seas, and all who chanced upon them. But earth is more than wind and wave, is it not? I spun Fortune's wheel again, and this time she steered my ships towards land. Before we even stepped ashore, wealthy seaside towns had turned their pockets out. With their coin, I conquered poorer towns. I hired their masons and carpenters, their farmers and their fishermen, seamstresses, scholars, and spies. They all filled their rice bowls from my tubs. On land and sea, we rivaled the emperor himself. He sent an armada to destroy us. My red flag fleet took down 63 of the emperor's best ships. 63 of the emperor's best ships. His admiral in shame took his own life. The next admiral tried to starve us out, but the peasants in the countryside were in our pocket. They stole across the bay in rowboats laden with sacks of rice. Our bowls and their bellies stayed full. The emperors paid British ships and Dutch ships and even ships from Portugal to attack us. It was to no avail. Fortune sailed with me. Yet even pirate queens grow tired. Remember, I had never dreamed of the sea. And there was a price in my head. In the distance, scuttling clouds spilled across the face of the jade rabbit, erasing it from the sky. I looked to my heart and saw the inkstone there grinding my bones back to soot and glue. It was time. I sailed into Canton's port on a gunboat. I stepped ashore, leaving my weapons and crew behind, though I brought their wives and children with me. I approached the Governor-General's palace, the same way that I had left the city, in the company of women. In exchange for my freedom and the freedom of my crew, I offered to surrender the bulk of my ships. The Governor-General demanded them all. My heart roared like a dragon in my chest. I refused. I returned to my ships, resigned to die as I had lived, a pirate queen. But fortune had a different notion. She took my bones in her lacquer cup and threw them against my cabin door. Rap, rap, rap. The Governor-General had reconsidered his hand and found it wanting. I left Canton that day a free woman and a rich one. In the end, I had written my own scroll using brine and blood as my ink. I had never dreamed of the sea, but the sea, it seemed, had dreamed of me. There's an author's note at the end of this where the author talks about how there's not that many details that we know about the pirate queen, Zheng Yi Sao, but she has done her best to sort of fill in the blanks. And she also lists some of her sources, further references, and a note on the names in this book, because Chinese names are not usually written with English characters, so she just talks about how she picked which one she was going to use. My name is Sarah Mari. I'm one of the librarians at Portland Public Library in Portland, Maine. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I'll see you soon for some more. Thanks for listening. Bye.